welcome in to Up North at 4. Brandon Johnson joining me now from the Merrill Historical Society. We're discussing a really awesome exhibit that you guys are set to unveil tomorrow, actually, the 22nd. It's called the Hollywood Midwest exhibit. What exactly is this, Brandon?
Well, this is kind of a celebration of Bill Rebane and the studio that he built here. He started it back in the mid-'60s. It ran until the late '80s. Mm-hmm. And it's a big deal for our small community that we had the only feature film studio in Wisconsin for 20-some years.
Yeah, to be completely honest, I'd never even heard of the studio, much less of one being in central Wisconsin until, we connected over email a few days ago. And I think, maybe a lot of people outside of Merrill don't know about this. So is that kind of like what you guys are hoping to accomplish with this exhibit a little bit, is just kind of, celebrate your history that maybe has sort of been forgotten about in the past?
Well, I don't know if it's been forgotten about amongst like pulp film followers. Mm-hmm. These films are known. Arrow recently put out a Blu-ray box set. Okay. Giant Spider Invasion keeps getting released every few years. But what I really wanted to show was that these films were worldwide. I've collected posters for Giant Spider Invasion from Turkey and Japan and Mexico, and they weren't just small films made here, shown here. They were all over the world.
Yeah, like I said, that is like so surprising to me. I never knew this existed. And if you had sat me down earlier and said, hey, there was a feature film studio in Wisconsin, guess where it was? Out of, I don't know, Madison, Milwaukee, maybe right. Green Bay. I don't think a lot of people would have guessed Merrill, Wisconsin. So, it
wasn't even Merrill. It was outside of Merrill up in Gleason. So you're talking a community of a few hundred people.
That's we're even smaller now. No offense to the people of Gleason. Don't shoot the messenger here. But I think, a lot of people would have been surprised by that news, this is so cool. And I think just being able to kind of learn that history is exciting, not only for me, but I'm sure for a lot of people. But with this exhibit opening tomorrow, what sort of artifacts, what sort of things might people see if they decide to come visit?
One of the big things is that we have one of the original giant spiders. We have the eating spider. So if you watch the movie, anytime someone's getting sucked up into a spider mouth, that's the cage we have. The driving spider was the more famous spider, but unfortunately that one was stolen and scrapped a few years ago. So if for no other reason, come see a 22-foot long giant spider. But we also have a lot of other things. We have advertising from around the world. We have Bill's original shooting script for Giant Spider Invasion with all of his hand notes in it. Just some rare behind-the-scenes photographs. It should be interesting. Bill actually stopped in and got an early peek at it yesterday, and there was things he's never seen before. So that was exciting to show him.
Yeah. I'm sure for him too, like this has got to be just like an honor to kind of know that like his legacy is still being remembered and being felt in central Wisconsin. I'm not sure how much you were able to talk to him about that, but I'm sure that must have just been a really cool experience for the two of you to kind of share that together.
Yeah, well, Bill and I have been working on this for I first met Bill about 4 years ago. Mm-hmm. And so we've been working on this display for the last 4 years. COVID really kind of made us have to take a break from it. But he's excited. He's what, 85, but he's still trying to get deals done, still trying to get movies made. So, anything that keeps him in the limelight, Bill's happy about.
Yeah.
He's a mover and a shaker, that guy.
Definitely. And Brandon, I got another question I just wanted to ask you. Yeah. When you guys were kind of putting this exhibit together, you're digging up these old artifacts. Like you said, there's a few things that maybe a lot of people haven't seen. Even Bill had never seen, or maybe he, had forgotten even had existed before. But was there anything for you when kind of researching and putting this together that you looked at and you're like, man, this is really cool. Besides a giant spider, which that is also
besides cool. A giant spider. It's hard to compete with the 22-foot spider. Oh man, just going through Bill's old photographs and going through them with Bill and the stories that came out while he's looking at them. And he is still just so sharp, and he remembers all these people, and he remembers how nice they were to his kids, and how thrilled the community was to have, these people in our town. It was like, that's the memory I'll hold on to, is really just Bill's stories and his emotions remembering these people.
Yeah.
I know that's not the one artifact you're looking for, but it's hard to compete with that.
No, I totally get it. I mean, there's something to be said about like those priceless moments, those memories, right, that you can hang on to.
Right.
And I'm sure that was just an awesome trip down memory lane for the two of you. So Brandon, I'm going to let you go. Before I do, I want to ask you just one final question for the folks out there who are watching. Where could they find more information on this exhibit, and if they want to come out and check it out for themselves?
Oh, they can go to they can go to the Merrill Historical Society's website. They can give us a call. They can email me. Or they can just show up at 9 a.m. tomorrow at 100 East 3rd Street and see what's going on.
Well, that sounds fantastic, Brandon. I really appreciate you taking the time to join and speak with me today. In the meantime, we're going to take a break. We'll be right back here on Up North at 4.